Well, back to normal. That's how many of you felt this weekend, and some even for the past few months. Mask restrictions are mostly gone here in Florida. Millions of Americans are vaccinated. So, are we post-pandemic?
That's the question. So on your sides, Leah Shields is verifying the term for us, which is more complicated than it sounds.
Good morning. Well, it is a term that we're hearing a lot more now as people get back to grocery stores, concerts, even bars without masks on. But the term is nuanced.
But is it accurate? Let's verify.
Post-pandemic, it's a chance to get out. So I really enjoy getting out, being around people again.
I spoke with the director of accreditation and infection prevention, Chad Neilsen, at UF Health Jacksonville, and sourced the National Institute of Health and state and national COVID-19 databases. A New York Times article says there are two parts of the pandemic, the medical and the social. Neilsen agrees and says we are out of one, but not the other.
So we're not quite post-pandemic yet. It might feel that way because of loosening restrictions due to vaccinations being more prevalent here in the United States. But when we talk about pandemic, at its basic definition, it's large-scale disease spread across the world involving large amounts of people. And we're still seeing that.
Neilsen says while the U.S. is averaging about 12,000 new cases of COVID-19 per day, places like Brazil are seeing 55,000 cases per day on average. India, 47,000 a day.
We're basically exiting the pandemic from a social perspective, but not a disease perspective.
The World Health Organization outlines phases of a pandemic, and Neilsen says we're most likely at the post-peak period, but that's the last stage before post-pandemic. He says to get to post-pandemic, more people need to get vaccines. In Neptune Beach, Leah Shields, First Coast News on your side.